Welcome, Junior Takis. Welcome to question 2 of exam questions for human reproduction. There are 6 questions that I've prepared for you for exam practice. This is the second question. Before you do the exam questions, make sure you watch my theory video, print the memo, and the worksheet. Right, let's get down to question 2. This is an overview of question 2. It says, study the diagram below which shows the male and the female reproductive system. There are questions from 2.1 to 2.6, and this is a question for 13 marks. Right, 2.1. Identify parts A, B, and F. Now, A, if you look, you will see it's the vas deferens that now enters the penis. So immediately, when the vas deferens enters the penis, that is now known as the urethra. B, as you can see, is still pointing to the tube that carries the sperm, and that is now the vas deferens. And F, if we look at F is in the female reproductive system. F is the fallopian tubes. Fallopian tube as it's singular, I will rather write. Then, 2.2. State one function of each of the following. A, the fluid that is produced by C. Now, C is actually the prostate gland. So we can write the prostate gland. Now, in your question, it doesn't ask you what is the gland, but when you're answering, it says part C. So say, C is the prostate gland and will produce a milky alkaline fluid that will neutralize the acid in the female's body or in the male's body. So it's only for 1 mark, so it should only be in 1 sentence. Part E. Part E is the uterus. So let me write uterus. So again, they don't ask you what part E, the label for part E, so you must include that in your answer. So E is the uterus, and here they only want 1, so think of your best answer. So part E is the uterus. The uterus protects the fetus, allows for the development of the fetus, maintains pregnancy. There's many questions, but please do not ever say fertilized egg or ovum here. Rather use the word fetus, please. I remember marking this question, and if the learners wrote the incorrect marks or incorrect words, they did not get their answer. 2.3. Give the letter only of the organ where meiosis takes place in the male, and there you can see meiosis will take place in D, and in the female, which is the testes, that's where the sperm will be produced in the male reproductive system, and in the female reproductive system will take place in G. They only want the letter, so follow instructions. Then they ask you, name the type of gametogenesis that takes place in the male reproductive system. So with the male reproductive system, that will be called spermatogenesis. In the female B, well, that we know, it's just content, oogenesis. And then they want us to talk about 2 functions of part H. So H, we know, is the vagina. So 2 functions of the vagina. So we can just say birth canal, and that explains everything. And the other one you can say receives the penis during copulation. Right, and 2.6. Why is it necessary for part D? Part D is the testes. Why is it necessary for part D to be outside the male in the body? So the testes is outside the man's body because sperm can only be produced at 2 degrees below body temperature. Make sure you're always comparing. You must say 2 degrees below body temperature. normal or healthy sperm to facilitate spermatogenesis. So you can say, so normal sperm can only be produced at 2 degrees below body temperature. Thank you for joining me for question 2. Hope you will join me for all the other questions. Thank you.